Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show of the Code X podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my usual co-hosts, Tim the Terrible and Dan Kelly.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going?
It is spooky season. It is the day before Halloween.
Devil's Night.
Yes. And today, later on, at the end of the show, we will be reviewing the longest story we've ever reviewed on the Code X podcast, and that is The Long Halloween.
Oh, Sonny, you got the same copy I did.
Mine's different.
Yeah. Yours is a little more shiny, Dan, for some reason.
Well, mine is. I just bought it when I realized I didn't have. I've read it before, but I just realized I don't have a copy of this. So I must have read it online, or I just lost my copy of it. But I got another one from Comic Logic
During LotCon.
at LotCon. Yes, which
Yeah.
I also got some other books which I will be showing off on Saturday night.
Ooh, very nice.
I got a few mostly cheaper books, but I did get two. I will tease that I got two more Avengers books to push me towards my goal of completing my Avengers run.
Nice.
So tune in Saturday and find out which two.
Yeah,
That's
check it
teaser,
out.
ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Yeah, but as we said, Halloween is tomorrow. And I've a little before the show, I was working on a mask, so I got a mask, and I'll show it on the show.
Oh,
I can tell you from seeing you wearing it now, it is truly grotesque. But
you're gonna see it's a masterpiece.
Oh my
You should take it
God.
off before we start the show, though, because you're scaring everybody.
I agree.
Okay, you're making me feel like that movie Mask with Rocky Dennis. They told him to take his mask off.
Really, this is like like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I like the one thing when it comes to the wrestler Sting. There was it was Sting.
Always wearing
He wears the mask and he takes off, and it's still him. Yeah,
Still the same mask.
it's like when I tell people how much I've changed. When I show people how much I've changed.
Wow.
Yeah. But yes, good times. Good news. Tomorrow should be passing out some candy, and then if I run out, I may put a mask on, run around the neighborhood, get a few stuff.
There you go.
He'll
Okay.
run out. He'll put a mask on, go run around the neighborhood, get candy, come back and pour it in the bin. Be like, I got candy to pass out.
A few things, I think last year there was one house and there was like a couple Pokemon cards, and I was like, they'll stay. Yeah, those could stay. I brought the old book, add them to it.
You gotta
Wow.
catch them all.
Oh yeah, I did because I'm a Pokemon master. I was not to brag, guys, but I am.
It is your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
you look
do.
up on
I do.
YouTube, I can't remember the name of the band. It was just some local band, but they did a pretty good ska cover of the theme to Pokemon.
I'll have to look that up.
Get your Pokemon.
Yeah, there was one that I'm right ahead of all the cards except for one, and years later, I'm talking like 2 years ago or something, I was like on eBay, and I should just literally get the last one just so I could say that I got all the 151 cards, the originals, and then I did buy that last Nidoking.
You have a Charizard?
I got 2 in one day one time.
Oh, do you still have them?
Of course, I didn't. I haven't gotten rid of any of them.
Wow.
I'm just gonna hang on.
Of course, I have them. That's my retirement plan.
There you go.
So
Pretty much.
401k or an IRA. Sonny has a book full of Pokemon cards.
He's going to grade them in
Yes.
PSA and get Gem Mint 10s out of each one.
You guys are getting to know me a little too well now.
But I said as long as you treat them better than your action figures.
There you go.
They are in terrific condition. Yeah.
Of course,
They would go in the books. Yeah.
Did you play with them or just collect them?
I play a bit.
Oh,
But
then
let me
they're,
collect more.
and they're well used.
I was getting some of my toys are in good condition. Look at this old Jason Voorhees on a
My
car.
Lord.
See, that's good.
That's the one that he uses to hack up the other ones.
Yeah, it's got the sword and everything. Yeah.
What's on the docket for today, Sonny?
So, like I said, we will be reviewing Batman The Long Halloween. We'll be having someone join the F list, and this time it will be Dan who's picking the F lister. Someone not of this world. Also, Dan's going to be doing the right or wrong 5 statements. We'll be having some skeletons in the random panel of the week. We'll go over some artworks. We've been into some things. Like I said, it is spooky season, so there was a great Halloween show. And we'll be having Variant Insanity. And then, of course, got some comic book news.
Yeah.
So it should be a good, fun show. And chat, feel free to jump in. Right now it seems chat's been a bit quiet right now. Everyone's getting a bit too excited, eating a bit of those chocolates before handing them out. I just opened up the candy and stuff last night because I said if I open them before, I can eat too much. And last night I'm like, okay, you know what? It's almost here. So.
Chad is getting comfortable with their stale Mountain Dew and dusty Cheetos so they can lick their fingers and turn comic book pages.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, 100%. That's how I do it.
I mean, I'm always very careful with comic books, with cards, with toys. I'm always very clean, very respectful.
You shove your toys in the trash compactor.
Oh my
Or not
God.
the trash compactor, in the garbage disposal.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you doing, Sonny? He's getting eaten alive by the fucking Sarlacc pit.
I would never swear to my parents like that.
Come on, man.
But I wouldn't do that to my toys either. Yeah, that wouldn't do either.
Also not true.
I like that cover that was shown last week, and then Uncle Gary showed it on his showcase, and then last week we showed the picture with what was her name, Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Charlotte, the girl who was breaking her toys' heads off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so some good fun times. And there's Sal. Hey, Sal.
Oh, is Sal in the chat?
I was wondering where you were.
What's up, Sal?
Hey, Sal. Good to see you. Well, all right, Sonny, you ready to get started?
I am. I'm ready.
All right.
It sounded like there was going to be a follow. I am.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We will be back in 45 seconds with the start of the Codex podcast. But until then, enjoy this crashed UFO.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Tim Morse and Dan Kelly.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good spooky season.
Yes, spooky season. Here we are, the day before Halloween. And tonight we will be reviewing the longest story we've ever reviewed on the Codex podcast, Batman, The Long Halloween. We've all got a copy of this one.
Oh, yes.
But guys, I mentioned before that I got a mask. So I was working on a mask. I made it. And I want you guys to be very honest with me, with your opinion of this mask I made.
You told you should take it off before the show started.
Here it is. Ready?
Oh, you're not wearing it yet.
Do I look like the Crow? Yeah. Is it uncanny? Is it uncanny?
You look like a serial killer mime.
It's the beard. It's just the beard. It's sticking out. Maybe it's the Michael Myers mask on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was
don't
that.
hang it on the microphone.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where else to put it. I don't want to knock over my toy. It's still in good condition. Still got all 4 wheels.
Still mint.
It's still good since I was 9. But yeah, so there we go, guys. Halloween is tomorrow. Maybe I'll just say it's Sting or somebody else.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's what we got going on for today. Reviewing Batman: The Long Halloween. Before we got the F list, Someone Not of This World will be joining it. We got Random Panel of the Week. We got Right or Wrong, which Dan will be leading today, and we got Our Works, Fear and Insanity, and we got, of course, some news, which will start us off with the rundown. Okay, so we saw some pictures leaked of Spider-Man Noir, the live-action movie. Either it could be, Nicolas Cage will be playing Spider-Man Noir, but to me, I think it was possible. It was probably, since it was Spider-Man Noir on a car, it was probably a stunt double, but that looked pretty great. Also, you may see in the title of this episode, written, it says, Todd McFarlane has 4 new titles, but if you're looking at the thumbnail, it may say Odd McFarlane. That's not my fault. But yeah, Todd McFarlane has announced 4 new titles, and they are Knights vs. Samurai, She-Spawn, Bloodletter, and Spawn 77. There are many Todd McFarlane Spawn titles coming out next year. And then, just literally hours earlier today, like in the early morning, a video was leaked. It was the Marvel Television official trailer showing all the stuff. The show is coming out for the rest of this year and coming up next year. And those shows were Daredevil Born Again, which is set to come out March 4th. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the animated series, which is going to come out on January 29th. We had Ironheart, which is set to come out June 24th. What If Season 3 is set to come out December 2nd. And we had, what note does that say? Marvel Zombies coming out next year in October. And then next year in December, Wonder Man, and also The Eyes of Wakanda, set to come out August 6th. And then, of course, they announced that Deadpool and Wolverine will be coming on Disney Plus November 12th.
This year?
Yep. Deadpool and Wolverine come on Disney Plus.
All
yeah, so
right.
only got to wait a couple weeks.
Also, I just put in the group chat because I just saw it. It came out this afternoon. They released the their image of the movie slate for what's coming up.
I have not seen it.
Yeah, I got it here if you want me to put it up.
Yeah, go ahead and put it up.
Sure. Oh, there's Phase 6, yeah.
So it's a little blurry, but yeah, you see Eyes of Wakanda, like you said. There's the Spider-Man. I guess that's what the cartoon, right? But there's the Doctor Strange movie. There's Young Avengers, which have both of those have been rumored, but they haven't actually confirmed them until now.
That's confirmed.
Doomsday.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on MSN, so it's not like some fan site.
I think it was also going to confirm that right now.
Another thing that you put in the comments before, Dan, was that speaking of Daredevil, right? Born Again has a lot of people excited, but also comic book wise, Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell was announced, and that will be by Steve McNiven and Charles Soule. New series set to come out. Yeah, and then
I'm looking forward to it.
It should be good. And I believe I did mention this last time, but how Daredevil Born Again, the series, are going to start March 4th, and then February 4th, there's going to be a reprinting of Daredevil Born Again, the comic story arc. Always a classic.
Of all the shows, Daredevil is the one that I'm most looking forward to, but I don't think I'm alone in that. I think that's what most people are looking forward to.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I like the little preview I saw, so I thought they looks good.
You got Kingpin, Punisher, Daredevil. The entire cast from the Netflix series is going to be in there. It's going to be good.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about Wonder Man? Obviously, I didn't like the way it almost sounded like he said Wonder Man, but other than that, I actually think it could be a pretty fun show. It looks more like a fun show. I like my stuff about filmmaking stuff, so it seems that they're really going to focus on that a lot. And who was he with? The Mandarin. Oh, I mean the Mandarin's actor.
I have less investment in Wonder Man than Dan does. I'm going to watch it. I'm excited for it, but
Dan's been invested in it. There you go.
Yeah. Plus every issue of all of his solo series.
I'd say you kind of like him then.
I don't like off the bat. I don't like the casting. I never liked the casting. Um, it's too early to tell, I think, for the show because what do we see? Like a 5-second snippet.
Yeah,
But it
that's
sounds
about
like
it.
he had an auditioning to be Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure exactly what that is. Plus, they're not going to be able to do his proper origin at all. Like there's it's going to have to be drastically changed whatever they do because his original origin involved the Masters of Evil and it involved the Avengers and then it
Yeah, he
involved
was a bad guy,
dying.
right?
Yeah, he was, they gave him, he was a disgraced businessman and they gave him powers so that he could fight the Avengers because he blamed Tony Stark for his business failing. So he fought the Avengers because nobody knew that, that Iron Man was Stark, but, they all knew that he worked for them and for him and that Stark funded the Avengers. And then he has the change of heart and, turns on the Masters of Evil at the last minute. So that he can. I don't think they were called Masters of Evil then. I could be mistaken, but he turns on them to save the Avengers, and then he doesn't get the antidote for this radiation poisoning that gave him his powers, and he dies. Then he's dead for a long, long, long time before he comes back.
With
Your show's not going to have any of that.
And then after he comes back and he's doing stuff, then he decides like, oh well, I'm going to kind of try and be an actor too.
Well, with Ben Kingsley in there, I mean, that's the tie-in directly to Iron Man 3. So,
but I mean, they're not going to be able to do that origin with this. Plus, clearly, they have him as an actor before he gets powers, not afterwards. So it'll be interesting. It's going to have to make a lot of drastic changes to the character. So it'll be interesting to see what they are.
It sounds like a Halloween scare house in the background, Dan.
Oh, Kate and Emily are upstairs playing. I don't know.
Yeah, we hear the screams.
That's great. I love it.
Perfect time, perfect for today's episode since it is October 30th.
But yeah, I mean, like the slate looks good. The two that I am least excited for is the Wakanda show and the Spider-Man animated, but I'm pretty sure I'll be pleasantly surprised with both. I'm excited for Marvel Zombies. That looks good. What If season 3? That's always been a hit. Obviously, Daredevil is what I'm super excited for. Hey, Liz, how's it going?
What If I'm interested because first season was I still don't dig the animation, but first season was great. Second season for me was very hit or miss. Like the episodes that were good were great, and the episodes that weren't good were just boring as hell to me. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what the third season is.
Yeah, exactly. And Marvel Zombies spans directly from that, so that'll be awesome. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Spider-Man show. I don't really care, but honestly, for the Ironheart thing, I don't particularly care about it one way or the other. Like I'll probably watch it because I have Disney Plus and it's on there. So, but then again, I only just started watching the Agatha show like a day ago.
I have not even watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet.
I'm partway through episode 3. It's it's decent. It's entertaining so far.
Well, good.
The first episode, I thought the first half of the first episode was extremely annoying, but then it got good and it's pretty decent. But it's like Miss Marvel. Like I don't care about the Miss Marvel character in the comics, but I watch the show because I got Disney Plus and it's on there. So
my investment in Agatha goes as far as the Darkhold and what they're going to do with Scarlet Witch, and that's it.
I'm thinking about getting Agatha Harkness tattoo if I was to get one. Possibly
right on the small of your back, Sonny.
Yeah, right on the back, or possibly one of the cheeks.
Saying Darkhold with an arrow pointing down.
You know me too well, Tim. Like I said.
Open this tome. I'm done. All right. I could keep going. I'm waiting with the TV on to watch it at 9. It's been so good. Liz, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I've heard many good things about it. I just have not found the time to watch it yet.
Actually, the first half of the first episode I found to be annoying because, it's not really a spoiler because it's how the show starts. She's like in the spell. She doesn't know that she's Agatha. It's her leading this like other life before she figures out like, oh, I was in this spell, and it's just this like over the top like cop drama type thing that she's in, and it's just like, God, this is annoyingly over the top. And then it got better after she like got out of the spell, and then like I said, I'm partway through episode 3, and it's decent so far.
Nice.
The one kid that's in it, this they don't, at least the part I've seen up to, they haven't said his name on the show, but it's pretty obvious who he is.
Yeah.
You know, even before the show started, I think everybody figured out who the kid was.
Yeah, I've seen enough on Reddit and Facebook and all that stuff. So
one thing I remember too is WandaVision. I thought started really slow. After I remember watching the first episode, I was almost going to be done. But then I was like, okay, stick with it. It's not long, and then I really did enjoy it. But I thought it started super slow. I was almost like I might be done, but.
Oh, I love
it. I finished it.
I did too.
I loved it from the start. Like I was watching it, and as the series went until it, you know, like the last episode or two, it kind of became the standard Marvel thing. But before that, I would tell people like, you think that Marvel's not afraid to take chance, or like the people that say that Marvel just is formulaic and doesn't take chances. I was like, watch this show. This is unlike anything else that they've ever done. And like, you know, I was like, it's, you know, there's not many studios that would take the IP that they have and do something like that.
Yeah. And it worked. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Liz says it's full of lots of witchy stuff. I agree with Dan. Episode 1 is a little slow, but it picks up drastically from there. Yeah, fantastic. I've heard that as well.
What's up, Bouge?
Hey, Bougie. Good to see you, man. Happy Halloween.
Happy day before Halloween.
Tim will be coming around to all of your houses to pass out candy to you tomorrow.
Sonny or me?
You.
Me? Oh, yeah, 100%.
Anything to do, so.
Yep.
Sonny, we've already established, is going trick-or-treating himself in multiple costumes, too.
I'm actually going to come around November 1st when candy is 50% off, and I'm going to give it to all the adults. That's what I'm going to do.
See, what you got to do is
for next year.
The little airplane sizes of booze to pass out to the adults. When the kids come around and they get their candy, the adults can get theirs.
This is for you, sir and ma'am. Have a good time.
I just want the chocolates that the kids have.
Leave your mark. You know something witchy.
Yeah. Save the alcohol. I don't want it. I want the cards.
There you go.
I'll take the booze.
That way we're all happy then.
Mm-hmm.
The other stuff, do you guys think anything with the new, you know, all the Todd McFarlane announcements, all the stuff?
I have a passing interest in that. I stopped collecting Spawn months ago. It's too far along for me. I like the Spawn universe. I think that's cool that he's expanding and all that stuff, but I think my time for Spawn has passed.
Oh,
I think I'll read the Gunslinger book that Palmiotti's writing, at least at the start, because when me and Gary did the interview with him months ago, which you could check out on the Codex station here, he said that, you know, he's like, you don't need to know anything about the character to do this. You know, and I think McFarlane, when he went to him and told him, and he was like, I don't know anything about this character. McFarlane was like, it doesn't matter, just write what you want. I was like, all right, Jimmy Palmiotti writing a supernatural Western.
Yep.
Sold.
Done.
Oh, I know I'll check that one out. For the other ones, like you, I'm not invested in the universe. It's just, it's so far into it at this point that it would take me so long. Like I know they said the issue 350 was a good jumping on point.
They said something like a big events happened.
Yeah, so I picked it up and was reading it. And I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who any of these characters are other than Spawn. Yeah. I think the Spawn 77 is an interesting idea because it's the original Spawn design he said he did when he was like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so if you've seen it, it's like that, that. So
yeah,
I guess it's gonna like take place in 1977 too, and be its whole.
That'd be cool.
Completely other thing. I don't know. I might check that out though.
Yeah, 1977. Some good people were born that year.
My brother was born that year.
Yeah, see, many good people were born in 1977.
There you go.
But yeah, that could be interesting. One thing I do like also too that Todd McFarlane did say is that
100% bougie.
Spawn. One thing I like is that Todd McFarlane said they want to keep the prices at $2.99 to $3.99. That they're trying not to go above anything.
And I like that he does
Yeah.
that he's able to keep it at $2.99. That is a very attractive price for a comic book.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns has kind of done that with the Ghost Machine stuff. I think all those books have been $3.99.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's still, it's still more than I could have imagined for new issues being when I was a kid. But compared to the other stuff, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
you got to be
really half the price for some of the stuff out there now. Yeah,
you got to be really picky with what you put on your pull list now, and that's responsible spending, but it also sucks too because there's so much stuff out there that you want to read.
Yeah, there's so much stuff every week that I look and I'm like, if I had more disposable income, I pick up that, and that. And that's not even talking about like alternate covers or anything. That it's just like I'd read that book. But I just, like you said, you just have to.
You have to be.
Yeah. Like for me to start picking up a new series, it's got to be something that like is really intriguing. It's got to hit both on art and on story. If it's good on one and bad on the other, like I'm probably not going to last long on it.
Well, the last two series that I kept on my pull list, like out of all the X titles that came out, I kept Uncanny X-Men, and X Factor. Those are the only ones that really caught my interest. Everything else I've dropped.
I mean, I've dropped some that when Flash, when they started the new series, and it was really bad after and I talked about it enough on here. Like after 10 or 11 issues, I dropped it, and I was like, I've been reading Flash for 20 years, and this book is so bad, I'm not going to keep buying it just to buy it. They have a new creative team on there, so I picked up the first issue last week and flipped through it, and I was like, well, this artwork looks like just cartoony garbage, and the new costume is terrible, so I guess I'll be waiting for yet another creative team to take over, and we'll see what happens with that.
Not all of us can do what Gary does.
Well, not all of us are partial owners of a comic store either.
That is also true.
But for everybody wondering,
somebody talking. Oh, so I did see somebody talking online now that DC is bringing back Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee to do Hush 2. They're like, Marvel just needs to bite the bullet. They got to bring back Todd McFarlane to do Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tell them, do whatever you want.
That'd be good. Yeah, and for everybody, like I said, there's so many comic books out there. At least the Codex Station, we've been up to date on getting reviews out every single day online. So check them out. Yeah.
Bougie says here, I remember when comics were $1. Used to have to walk uphill in the snow for miles and miles to get a book. These kids today just don't know. That is also true. Liz, your comment from before where you talked about the Spawn and Witchblade crossovers, that was at the heyday of Image. That was awesome. And I read all of that stuff. Yeah, right there. Yeah, exactly.
Batman crossover.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark Silvestri and Todd McFarlane doing stuff. That was amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of amazing things, guys, I'm going on to some our works, and there was an amazing Halloween special you guys had over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about it. It was cool. All the covers, we were all getting our covers in there, all 9 each. So we'll make sure, go check that out. The Halloween special. It was a great job.
Yeah, guys, we did a Halloween spooky spectacular cover special this past Saturday. It was amazing. It was awesome. We had 39 slides. Yeah, Liz was there watching. Yeah, it was great. And a lot of you in the chat participated in that as well. And that was really awesome to see the type of covers that you guys picked out to put up for spooky season. It was amazing. I had a ton of fun.
Oh, at LotCon, I did briefly get to meet Liz in person.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It was when I was on the way out, and she was sitting on the sofa, one of the sofas in Comic Logic, but she was behind the big board that Damien had set up for his wall books. So I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, sorry, I got to go. Like my wife and daughter at this pizza place down there. I just came back up because my daughter had got something at one of the booths, and then when we left, she realized she forgot it, so I had to run back up to get it off of the couch.
We'll see. Oh, did anybody?
I think if you had to go hide and pull under, she might have been trying to avoid you.
Perhaps. Did anybody call you the Dread Pirate Roberts?
No.
Ah,
Maybe next year.
So there was no Sal even specifically drove by my place, when I wasn't here and like dropped off the stuff for me, so I would have the Codex swag to give out, and then nobody
Nothing.
did it.
That's okay. That's all right.
Bastard.
Next year's next year. Yep.
Yeah,
Bougie, yes, the covers episode was awesome. It was absolutely fun. Great time. Hopefully we can do it again next year.
Oh, I'd say that's a certainty.
Yeah, because it was fun. So many great covers, even too.
Yeah.
I was like, once I got 9, I was like, I try to avoid anymore because I'm like, then I'm going to try to substitute and switch it.
Yep.
I'll stick with the 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been part of it, but I started getting, out of all times, started getting some last minute work. And I was on I worked on this show called All Her Fault.
Mhm.
And, Dakota Fanning is?
Yes.
Yeah. I did not try to tackle her. I was almost pushed into her, though.
Oh, on purpose or?
I wasn't trying to. You're supposed to walk past, and the AD guy like, okay, go now, walk. And he almost pushed me right into her. So I almost tackled her, but good thing I'm fast. And
then he handed her his copy of Vegetable Lover, be like, I got your next project right here.
By the way, man,
I was like,
I can be the writer.
I was like, I didn't do it. I was like, I should have pulled out a Codex card. But Tim, something that we talked about last week on the pre-show. We didn't mention on the show when I said, "Oh, I'm a pedestrian doing something," as he looks at a mannequin.
Did you do that?
So guess what happened? They said, "Here." So at one part, we gave a coat. I have my regular coat on. That's when they almost pushed me into her. Then ended up, okay, we got to switch your outfit, and they gave me this huge trench coat. And what do I look like? And even later, I'm like, I really look like I'm up to no good wearing this. That's exactly what. And like, one's like, yeah, I really like the outfit, but like, yeah, but. One of the directors of people were saying that you kind of look like a Pink Panther villain, so we're going to change your coat. But
that is wonderful.
They're like you're like Eddie Murphy and Bowfinger, where it looks like you're getting ready to flash the Lakers girls.
Oh my
God. Yeah, I was like, come on. I'm like, come on. Why do you got me wearing this? But yeah,
so
that was it. That's why I could not be doing some stuff. Yeah, you had to pick up some work.
In the back of a van asking kids if they want free candy.
Oh, but at least I made the switch. Yeah,
good.
But I did that, and I said since I wasn't able to Thursday, you guys did the episode, the comic character of the week for Damian Wayne. How about this week? Who is for tomorrow?
Dan, I'll let you answer that.
Nobody, because it's Halloween, and we're not doing a show on Halloween. But next week, we will be doing the show on my pick, which, it's a theme. I picked a white guy with a rocket pack. We're doing Adam Strange. And Tim will be joining us on that episode. Well, it will be Tim and Jamie together on there.
Oh, right on. That'll be amazing.
It'll be Tim and Jamie and me and Gary, because Sal's not able to do it.
Fantastic. Jamie and I haven't done a comic character of the week in a while.
Booge, I was not out being a deviant. They were trying to have me cast that, and I said, this doesn't look nice.
What was it? Mommy's little deviant?
We're supposed to forget about that.
Never forget.
Yeah, but yeah. Make sure when everyone finds my vegetable lover, they'll think I just bought it. Hey, this was a gift from this man.
Yep, hell yeah, Adam Strange. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, should be a great one next week. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time narrowing down my reading because I'm like, I've got all these ones, and I can only pick 3 recommended readings. So,
yeah. Well, good. I look forward to tuning in, learning some things about Adam Strange. Yeah, picking out some great comic books. One thing about comic character of the week is warning: if you watch it, you're probably going to want to go to the comic shop and spend some money and be like, wait, I got to check that one. That sounds like a good one. But I love that cover. Yeah. So I don't know how many comic books I have that were because I saw, comic character of the week.
For Deviant, Sonny's a pretty good dude. Yes, unless you put him near plastic. That's
except for the local episode we did for Richard, since Richard hates Lobo. What does he post? Hashtag justice for Dexstar.
Oh yeah.
Because the one episode where Lobo drop kicked Dexstar.
Oh,
at the red.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that I know Lobo isn't a lot. That is pretty much crossing the line. You can't hit that star.
I mean, he is a Red Lantern.
Yeah, just give him a
He's
pass.
not a pet anymore.
He had a hard hardship growing up. But yeah, so looking forward to Adam Strange, comic character of the week next week. But you guys will be back Saturday though for Comics
Yes.
Unleashed, so that
Yes.
will still be back. Yeah.
Are you on this week, Tim?
No, I get my kids this weekend, so I will not be on for
Okay.
comic character of the week or Comics Unleashed. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, speaking of Uncle Gary, will be on there, right?
Mhm.
Yes. I'm sure he'll be showing off the like me, the books we got at LotCon.
Nice. And I think it's a good time to bring up our sponsor. Where was LotCon at, guys?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to our sponsor right there. Head over to Comic Logic, the only comic store in Loudoun County, Virginia. There's the address. Liz is in the chat. She's been there. Dan's been there. I've been there. It's a
Sal's
wonderful
been there.
store. Sal's been there. Gary is a proud co-owner, ladies and gentlemen. And they
And
just
Mike.
and Mike Harbor as well, yeah. And they just had their annual fall LotCon this past weekend. Dan, you had a great time. You brought the wife and kids. Sal was there,
No, Sal didn't make it to this.
oh,
one.
he did not make it. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, head over to Comic Logic, the only comic book store you need to go to in the Loudoun County, Virginia area. New comic books, back issues, trade paperbacks. Rob, Gary, Mike, the entire Comic Logic staff will be more than happy to help you out and get you what you need. Comic Logic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
You go there, check it out, get yourself some great comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cool store.
Yeah,
Jamie and Precious will always remember it.
that is also
Yeah,
true.
something pretty big happened at that store.
Yeah.
If
Rob
you haven't,
actually got they had a tattoo artist there on Sunday, and Rob got a new tattoo.
what tattoo did he get?
It's remember did you read Nice House on the Lake?
I know of it, but I've never read it.
Well, each character that was in it had like a different kind of name assigned to them, as like the artist, the lawyer, this, and they each had their like a kind of pretty basic symbol. And then there's the current series. Was it Nice House on the Sea? I think.
Yeah.
And one of the characters that has their kind of like symbol that's assigned to them, he got tattooed on his arm.
Oh, nice.
I'm still waiting for the day when someone gets a Code X tattoo.
That could be you. You are one of
could
the
be.
founders.
Yeah. You know what? I have no tattoos, but you're right. That would be something that I would not be completely against. Yeah.
Yeah.
Codex always in the heart. But who knows? Hey, if somebody else does get a Codex tattoo, let us know. Take a picture. We'll put it on the show.
There you go.
Remember, somebody got a what was his name? Lad. Hindsight. Somebody had a Hindsight Lad tattoo.
Why?
So if somebody can get a Hindsight Lad tattoo, someone's got to get a Codex tattoo.
There you go.
You put Hindsight Lad on the F list, right? Didn't I send that one to you to put on the F list?
I did mention Dan had sent me this one. Yeah, so yeah, he made it, and that's when we showed that tattoo. I was like, "Look what I found! A picture of a tattoo of Hindsight Lad."
Wow,
it's pretty insane. Which brings us to Variant Insanity.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Time to dance.
Hold on to your straitjackets, because here it comes. I love Sal.
That music always makes you want to start dancing like Saturday Night Fever.
It does. All right, guys. So, who would like to take a guess? What comic book this week has the most variants?
Well, IDW has been in the running so far for the most covers we've had on Variant Insanity. So I'm going to stick with them. I don't even know what the hell's coming out this week.
That's very nice, Bougie.
Bougie, I'm distracted. Bougie says, let Dan draw the tattoo I was getting. Just have the tattoo artist put it on and ink it. There you go. I'm going to call,
I'm down for it.
does Turtles come out this week? I'm going to call Turtles.
Okay, what about you, Dan?
I'm going to say Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, issue 2, since it is released the week of Halloween.
Chat, what about you? What do you think? I give you the countdown of the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, uno.
Who's just got a guess?
Man,
Conan.
Conan?
See, I haven't been to the shop this week, so the only books that I know are out are the ones that are on my pull list. So I was just looking at the list, and I was like, all right, it's probably not Redcoat. It's probably not Captain America. I was like, maybe Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, it's one that has been on the list quite a bit before. It's usually a safe bet once a month. Thundercats. There we go. Thundercats issue number 9 from Dynamite.
Wow.
I'm going to take a guess how many variants of Thundercats came out this week.
31.
I'm going to say 28.
Chat? Should we give it quickly a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This week, Thundercats issue number 9 from Dynamite had 23 variants.
I was close.
Wow.
Bougie just said 15.
Oh,
Wow.
well, I guess he's the one. Price is Right rules. You're closest without going over.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
23. There's issues the variants 9A to 9Y.
Why?
Why? Like,
why so many Thundercats?
Why? As in, why are there so many variants for this book?
Yeah.
Every month. It's like on the list once a month. When it comes out, it wins usually that week.
What if it came out the same week as an issue 1 of a Ninja Turtles book?
Oh my God. Competition. There you go.
Yeah. And we'd be like, oh, well, this one has the most with 70, but this one came in second place with 63.
What if they had a crossover with Ninja Turtles? There'd be like 200 variants.
I'm going to go back and see like how many times Thundercats has been on, or just Dynamite in general in IDW, which one has beat out the other.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm sure they're paying it. Well, think about it, at least for, not for Ninja Turtles, but for Thundercats, like they're paying that licensing fee to have it, so they gotta drum up sales somehow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Put all these variants out. They'll buy them.
Yeah. And Booch says the number of variants is getting out of hand. Dynamite doesn't agree. Dynamite thinks there needs to be more Thundercats every month. Those two next month.
That's why, that's why all these books, when they're talking about sales numbers, I'm like, but they're not legitimate sales numbers because each book how many people are out there buying,
variant
5 or 6 copies of the same book because they're getting multiple variant covers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yep. Wonder, hey, next month Thundercats reaches epic issue number 10.
Ooh, and there'll be 100 variants.
Yes,
we shall see. So that's a little hint for everybody. Next month, I'm sure 1 week it's going to be Thundercats.
Oh my God. All right.
But we'll get to that next month with Thundercats. So now we move on to Right or Wrong. And this week, Dan is the man with the 5 statements.
Yes, and I've got them right here. Are you ready?
Well, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you put your answers in the chat, please put the number in front of them so we can throw them up on screen right along with us.
TMNT is my answer to today's question about favorite character created in the 80s.
Hey, right on.
And that was for the comic character of the day page, right?
Yes. And tomorrow
check it out
for the 90s, and then Friday will be for the aughts, the 2010s for Saturday, and the 2020s for Sunday.
Nice.
It's what you call a theme because when you have to come up with a different question every day, and you have to do this for an extended period of time, It gets really hard to come up with original questions. So you come up with one question that you can stretch.
Yeah. Eventually, you just have to start doing each specific year, 60, 61, 62, and that'll last you for quite a while.
Who was your favorite character created in March of 1965?
Shit.
It was blah, blah, blah. No, that's wrong because they were April.
Yeah. You don't even know comic books.
Loser.
You uncultured swine.
Favorite Exo Man of War character. Second favorite Exo Man of War character. Seventh favorite Exo Man of War character.
Favorite character that Sonny has a toy of that he's destroyed.
Oh, that's easy. Comcast.
You do know my Comcast toy is missing an arm. Yeah.
All right.
Comcast.
Let's get started.
He was from X-Men and he appeared in Deadpool.
He was in the Circle Chase.
Yep.
Oh, because Comcast, where I live, is the name of a cable company.
Also a mutant in the X universe. Yep, in Marvel.
When they made that character, who would have thought?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, my 5 things, the right or wrong. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right. Number 1, James Gunn's new DCU will be a continuity mess.
Right.
Wrong.
I say right. And like Sonny said, put your answers in the comments as well.
Yep.
Number 2, now that foil covers have made a comeback, companies need to start doing more 90s covers gimmicks.
Wrong.
I don't think it's a need, but I think it'd be cool.
I'll say right. Bougie says wrong for number 1. All right, number 3. With horror comics making a resurgence, the next genre we need more of is romance.
Right.
I will say right.
I will say wrong. Bougie says right for number 2. Number 4, Halloween has the best holiday-themed comics.
Right.
I will say right as well. And finally, number 5, Sonny should be ashamed of himself for trying to put Matter Eater Lad in the F list.
Wrong.
Right.
I'm with you on this one, Sonny.
I say wrong. I think it was it made for a perfect segment.
All right, so the first one, James Gunn's new DCU will be a continuity mess.
Sonny, go ahead.
I said right. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Just have a feeling that we may start off good and like, oh yes, and then we'll be like, wait, what's going on? Or if they try to do too much of like, hey, if they try to do movies dealing with the past and like, hey, let's try to bring in somebody from another universe or something like that, then it can kind of mess things up. So I
say right because he's keeping some stuff from the previous DCU. Most of it he's not keeping, but some of it he is. Really, the stuff he's keeping is the Peacemaker stuff that he did, even though he says, well, season 1's not in continuity, but season 2 is going to be. But his Suicide Squad movie is in continuity because, the Creature Commandos references Rick Flag Sr. in it because his son was killed in the Suicide Squad movie. He said before that the Blue Beetle movie will be part of this continuity, even though it came out before. And then he said that anything else could possibly be in continuity if down the line, whoever is making a movie or a show wants to pull from something, then it'll automatically be it. So him saying that leads me to believe that it will be fine at first. But if they start pulling stuff like that, then it's going to be a mess. Much like New 52, when it was like, oh, we're doing a reset of everything. Well, except for Aquaman and Green Lantern and
Batman.
Except for like these books, Jeff Johns and Snyder, except for the ones they're writing, they're going to keep the same continuity they've had. But then everything else is going to be new. And then it just got to be confusing. I feel like it's going to be the same with this.
I'm already confused.
I am going to say wrong because Bougie says, I don't think it'll be any bigger of a mess than the MCU. I can agree with that. I'm going to say wrong because I think that with the vision that he has set forward, anything at this point is better than the Snyderverse. And I'm tired of Snyder dude bros saying their stupid shit online, and I just wish they would go away. But
Tim,
beyond,
they're going to haunt your dreams forever. The
God,
Snyder Dude Bros.
I
And
cannot.
Tim liked those movies too.
I did. I loved them. I thought they were great. But the thing is, though, is I think that we've got somebody at the helm with DC Studios that is an honest to goodness comic book fan that cares about the characters and cares about what makes these characters true to their core. And I think those aspects are going to stay in with the DCU. I don't think continuity is going to be a mess. Like Bougie said, I don't think it's going to be any more convoluted than Marvel is. But I think that with what Gunn's going to do, it's going to lead us to major DC events that we've either only seen in animation or that were done as best they could on television, like Crisis on Infinite Earths and stuff like that. Or Armageddon, that'd be amazing. Invasion.
I think Crisis on Infinite Earths is unadaptable to do a good adaptation of it. It's just with the amount of characters and with the amount of story buildup you would have to get to that, and then the amount of actors you would have to have for these characters, the special effects, whatever, the special effects are going to be the same whether you have 5 or 10 characters on screen, but the amount of backstory and characters you would have to have in it, I just don't think it's possible.
I mean, we said the same thing about Infinity Gauntlet, and they did a pretty damn good job. But it's all speculation at this point. Yeah, his fans are annoying. They are totally annoying.
Speaking of Armageddon, though, how could Ben Affleck be Batman and the guy he is in Armageddon?
That is also true.
But Aerosmith playing on top of Arkham Asylum.
I don't want to miss it.
I'm sold.
But I mean, the first thing for the DCU hasn't even come out yet, so I'm just gonna wait and see. Gonna take.
Like I said, I just envision it because he said, well, if anybody wants to pull anything from the previous stuff, they can. So as soon as they start doing that, then it's going to start getting confusing.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Number 2. Now that foil covers have made a comeback, companies need to start doing more 90s cover gimmicks.
Wrong.
I said I don't think it's a need, but I think it'd still be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I want to see lenticular covers. I want to see foil. I want to see like the Wolverine one where they had the claw slashes on the cover. And you opened it up. I want to see the one book where they literally shot the books with guns and had gun holes in them. If they're gonna do foil and they're doing a ton of that stuff, just go batshit crazy and do all of it.
Superman guns again.
It is a cash grab. That's all it is. It's for nostalgia buyers, like all of us sitting here.
But it works.
Well, it does. Yeah, it gets some money.
That's how many foil books he buys a week.
Exactly. Do I think they need
Venom? He sold.
No, I don't think they do. Def Leppard can break the Joker out of Arkham and say, "Let's get the Rock out of here."
Yes, put Def Leppard music in the movie. Yes.
Done.
Love bites.
All right. Number 3, with horror comics making a resurgence, the next genre we need more of is romance.
I say right.
I'm a very romantic person, guys.
I say because I just don't care. I just said romance because they were at one point, one of the biggest selling comics out there. And
what better
romance right with those comics like that? Yeah.
What better way to get your significant other who gives no shits about your comic books into comic books than being like, hey, that smut you read? Well, here's a comic book that has visuals. There you go. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you wanted this for Valentine's Day. Boom. There's your stack of true romance comics that I know you want.
Here's 50 Shades of Grey in comic book form. Have fun.
What's this vegetable lover book in there? Just
It's very, it's more. That's better than 50 Shades. And here's amputee love because
Yeah.
everyone deserves love.
have you read that yet, Sonny?
Not yet. I was making sure that I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm all caught up with Batman the Long Halloween before getting to anything else.
Well, November's the perfect time to read it because it'll be Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, what are you reading there at the table, Sonny? Oh, don't mind me.
Don't worry about it.
All right, number 4. Halloween has the best holiday themed comics.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
I think everyone's agreement there.
Yep. Every cover you could think of.
I'd say Christmas is a close second because there have been some really good, really touching Christmas stories. But yeah, as far as as fun, badass stories, like Halloween's just great.
If you're just window shopping, Halloween covers, I think, win hands down. Lobo Hart's Edrigen would be a good book. Oh my God.
Etrigan, I always thought is a cool character, but would be a pain in the ass to write considering he rhymes everything.
Well, that's what they said about Thor way back in the day.
Yeah, I think Thor might be a little more annoying to write than Etrigan. Depends, yeah.
I shit thee nay, Loki.
Oh, I remember when he said that. No, he did not say that.
And number 5, Sonny should be ashamed of himself for trying to put Matter Eater Lad in the F list.
Wrong.
100%
wrong.
you should be ashamed of yourself. Stand with the Legion. Matter Eater Lad is a badass.
Not all of them Legion characters are as bad and as ass as you and Gary think they are.
Matter Eater Lad saved the damn universe.
But it made a great conversation, so that's why I won't ever regret it. Especially when you looked at some of those pictures. It's like,
oh my God.
So we had to have that argument. That's why I said it has to be with Uncle Gary. If there's anybody to defend him, that rhyming would be a pain. But yeah, so I said, Matter Eater Lad. It brought on a great conversation. So I won't ever be ashamed.
That was the most controversial F list we ever had.
Oh, wait, there was a lot of comments, so I was more than happy with it.
Yeah, but don't feel ashamed of yourself, Sonny. You pick whatever character you want to put in the F list, even if it's Spider-Man. Only Zeb Wells.
Ooh, there we go. Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Maybe your Christmas gift.
Hey.
Zeb Wells, Spider-Man in the F list that's your Christmas gift, Tim.
There you go.
No. What about when he was wearing a hoodie with the arms cut off for a costume? That was
Scarlet Spider. Yeah, that was not that great.
Okay, what does Sale say over there? Matter Eater Lad would eat your F list.
That is true, but that doesn't make him a good character.
Check out last week.
Finger off.
That was a cool movie. Yes, make sure you check out last week's episode. It was quite a debate on the F list of Matter Eater Lad.
Gary's not here, so I can say what I want.
We should.
You're supposed to say it then.
We should just take last week's F list and just make that a special, a separate video, a special Codex presentation.
The F list.
I'm for it. Yeah.
Wow.
What does Bougie say there?
Sonny belongs on some kind of watch list, a comic book watch list. Not sure what kind. Oh God. Watch out for Mr. Kruger. He'll take loved characters from the Legion and put them on his F list. Beware.
They're just saying it because of my last name. That's the only reason why.
Sonny's just walking down the street at night, and like the street lights go out, and then like quietly in the background, Hall & Oates' Private Eyes are watching you. Quietly in the background somewhere. It seems to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Private Eyes are watching you.
Oh, yeah, that was just on my phone. Okay. One of my 5 alarms is going off.
Oh my God.
As a aside, there was nothing to do with comics. Am I the only one that whenever that song comes on, whether I'm driving or not, it's got to be private. It's got to be watching you.
Yeah.
You better believe it.
Sometimes I even do it if I'm walking to work and the song's stuck in my head. I'll be like,
gentlemen, let me show you what my niece just brought me. Ooh is right. And I'm not
Cookies.
sharing them with anybody.
Don't eat them on camera. Jamie will get mad at you.
I can't eat on camera. It's like drinking and eating at the same time. Can't do it.
You'd be like Cookie Monster. Tim, what did you think of the Batman Long Halloween? Oh, I give it all.
These are hot and fresh out of the oven, still very soft and warm. I'm going to let them cool down. Cookies.
Wow, Tim, it's getting a little sensual. You talking about the cookies there?
I love cookies, especially
Oh.
peanut butter cookies that I don't have to share.
All right, Tim, settle down, settle down. This is a kids show.
This is this is my Halloween treat, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, enjoy those for me.
I will.
All right, and guys, now we'll be on to somebody who isn't having such a good time, and that's in our random panel of the week.
Oh, wonderful. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. The guy says, "Oh God, not again!" And the plane is full of skeletons, including the stewardess and everyone else.
This has happened more than once.
Yeah, you can tell you, not again.
It kind of reminds me of that scene of James Franco in the Buster Scruggs movie, when he escaped the hanging and then they made the meme of it, where he's there and he's got and he's got the noose around his neck. They're ready to get executed and the guy's beside him looking all worried. He just looks over at him and kind of smirks. He's like, "First time." Oh God, not again.
Oh.
Yeah, perfect for the day. Yeah. As soon as I saw them, I was I'm waiting for this one.
It's great.
I really wonder what else is
like halfway down the road behind him. The arms just like
just hanging there.
It's just like dangling off the side there.
I really wonder why he sees this constantly. Why all these skeletons just keep appearing? Or does he see
behind him have glasses on?
Yes,
yeah, it does.
That's so ridiculous.
My guess is that he's just seeing everybody as skeletons, like some curse is on him or something like that.
Wow, that's wonderful. I love it. I'm off to watch Agatha all along. Great show, guys. See you later. Liz, thank you so much for sticking with us as long as you did.
Enjoy
Agatha.
Yeah, it's that time. Yep.
I'd enjoy Agatha.
Hello.
What's up, Captain Han?
But you know what? You might enjoy.
Just saying in the first episode. You get to see her butt.
Oh, I saw something that said it's like she gets an award for being the first female butt in the MCU.
There you go.
I don't know if it was true, but yeah.
I think so.
There you go. There we go. We just helped the show get a whole load of views right now.
Well, James Gunn in the last Guardians movie had the first F-bomb.
Yeah.
In the MCU. And there was a thing where Kevin Feige was telling him when he's filming, like, "Do you really want to be the guy that has the first F-bomb in the MCU?" He's like, "Hell yes. Yeah, I do."
All right, but speaking of F, we now go to the F list.
My internet connection is on the F list today.
I say, do you want to put them up, Tim, or do you want me to?
Well,
you looked at them yet?
Huh?
Have you looked at them yet?
No. You can go ahead, Dan.
Take it away. This is Dan's pick for the F list this week.
This is Sonny reached out and told me to pick a tick villain. So I went through and I present to you for your pleasure. I present Tuuna-La, Not of This World.
What in the hell is that?
Kind of hard to describe. It's surrounded by alien, but yeah, there's a guy even says Tuuna-La, Not of This World.
The tick and his friend had yet to sample the unearthly horror that is Tuuna-La.
Not of This World. It's like a Tribe Called Quest, Tim. You got to say the whole thing.
I guess.
Then he says, human life is meaningless. I will destroy this tick and all other humans as well. You, my companions, will have the honor of being my last victims.
Wow.
And then the terror says, yes, that's all well and good, but I think we have a little time before that issue comes to bear. And tragedy, that's the other character's name, says, yeah, how are you going to destroy the human race when you can't even afford your car payments? He says, scoff now, was it scoff now, Plankton? You'll join the dust sooner than you think.
Wow, that's
As he
wonderful.
walks away.
We should pay special attention to his activities. Steal this cookbook.
Yeah,
Steal
reading that. Yeah, steal this cookbook.
101 deadly viruses
Oh my
for
god.
home use.
Give explosives some thought. Oh my lord.
That's what it says in the back. Yeah, look at his. I'm interested to see his face in color. Well, the reason was still in black and white. Yeah.
Now, puny arachnid human, you will be the first of your kind to experience ultimate extinction. Ho ho ho.
Oh yeah, that other villain. That would be a good one to use for the F list for Christmas. That is Multiple Santa.
Wow.
They are both members of the Evil Ears.
Oh my lord.
Evil ears. There he is.
It is futile to resist your destiny. Ricochet, tink. Hey, watch it. That almost hit me. Throw, duck.
Did you see all of his teeth? He looks scared. And there he is in color.
He was in the show.
Crap.
Yeah, this is from the when he was on the cartoon.
Oh wow. That's wonderful.
I don't think I'd say wonderful. I don't think
I loved the
wonderful.
Tick cartoon back in the day. That was one of my favorite things to watch.
I wouldn't call Tuuna-La wonderful.
So, do one of you want to, you want to come up with the backstory for him?
Sonny, you never do this, so go ahead.
Sure, that's why I was glad. I'm like, oh, damn. So,
holiday treat for all of us.
Yeah, or is it a trick? But
Ooh.
Tuuna-La, not of this world, is obviously not of this world. Born, some kind of alien thing. Born a little blob, and then grew up eventually. At the age of 10, suddenly got eyes and suddenly grew those claws, the crabs, and, after being picked on for being a bit out of shape, Tuuna-La turned to crime and decided that Tuuna-La was going to kill some people, and then Tuuna-La got a hold of a television set and got to watch some American television on there.
Wow.
And Tuuna-La saw that people, on TV are quite pretty, quite in good shape, and they have a normal set of teeth. They have one set. We have one set. We have one, we have a row of teeth on top and a row of teeth on bottom. And Tuuna-La has 2 rows of teeth on top, 2 rows of teeth on bottom. So, and we have fingers, unlike Tuuna-La. So Tuuna-La got mad and said, you know what, I'm going to join this guy. Who's that guy right there? One of his Plankton. Who are the guys?
The
so the old guy is the Terror. He is the leader of the Evil Ears. And then in the background there is Multiple Santa and Mr. Tragedy. And then the other members not pictured there of the Evil Ears. One of them that you can see in this picture is the Fuzzy Person. And he is the one that completes the team, the Evil Ears.
Well, there you go. Tuuna-La, like I said, was mad about his looks and was jealous of people on Earth, so he joined the Evil Ears. And after getting initiated into the group, after getting jumped, they said he passes the test, and he set out to kill the Tick, and was unsuccessful multiple times, and still to this day, he dreams of just being regular and having not so many teeth. And he also dreams
regular tuna.
He dreams of making everybody here on Earth go extinct. He wants to wipe out the human race along with the rest of his evil layers, but he will continue to do so because he certainly is an
Tuuna-La is an F and A lister.
Yeah, so that's my story of Tuuna-La, and that was his name. His name was given to him, Tuuna-La. He didn't get it till he was age 3 because his parents didn't care to give him a name until 3. And they said, fine, we'll just call him Tuuna-La.
There you go.
Golly. So, Dan, how am I? Was I spot on with the story of Tuuna-La, not of this world?
No.
I thought I was.
Like a lot of villains in the Tick comic, there's not really a whole lot of background on them because the characters aren't really created, to have a whole lot of background. It's just like, here's a ridiculous idea of where I can kind of make fun of a superhero pastiche and put it out there. So whatever the one of this was, Tuuna-La, not of this world. It's just is an alien from a obviously from another race of beings, came to Earth. Sometimes written as the intention of enslaving Earth, sometimes with the intention of destroying the Earth, kind of goes back and forth, joins the Evil-Ears. That's
about it.
That's about it. That's kind of as deep as the character goes.
That technically could have been right, though.
Well, no, because he is established as coming from another planet, hence the not of this world. But other than that,
another planet and then sauce, though.
It's a good try, Sonny.
So, I mean, all of that could be true on his home planet before he comes here. Oh, and then of course he's also wearing a muumuu. In case you were thinking that was his skin there, it is not. He is wearing a muumuu. Or she, I guess. Actually, I should say she, because Tuuna-La is a she.
Oh, wow. Tuuna-La is a she. Who would have known?
Okay.
But so there you go. So Tuuna-La wearing a muumuu just makes it even better. Even better. So, Tim, what do you think? Do you think Tuuna-La out of this world in her muumuu stays in the F list, can get out of the F list?
She should not be on the F list at all. Just on looks alone, she is at worst a C lister.
Hey, man, look at that. Boosh says that Tuuna-La is an A lister.
Yeah.
Oh, does Tuuna-La not make it?
No.
I say Tuuna-La is an F lister. I'm fine. I'm fine with Tuuna-La being on the F list. And Dan, what about you? You picked this F lister.
I'll split the difference between you guys, and I'll say she is a D-lister. Though, how fantastic would it be to see that in live action?
That would be amazing.
Yes, and it has to have been muumuu.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, so Tuuna-La, not of this world.
There are some other kind of lame tick characters, or some of that aren't super lame, but some that I was like, oh, they could be these. But then I looked at them, I was like, I actually kind of like that character, so I don't want to put them on there. But one of them, I'll tease a little bit what I'll be showing off on Saturday. One of them is this book that I picked up at LotCon.
Cow. Oh, man-eating cow.
Yes.
Wow.
It ran, I think, for 10 issues.
That's wonderful.
I picked up 3 of them.
Oh my God.
Strange as it is, I kind of like that cover the one before.
That's great.
Man-eating cow.
But I was like, oh, this one. And then I was like, oh, but I kind of like that. That's a pretty funny concept. So, yeah. But Tuuna-La, yeah. Tim says C. You say F. I'll say D-.
There you go.
D-. What about you, everybody?
Well, Bougie says A.
Bougie says A list. What about everybody else?
Yep.
You think, yes, Tuuna-La out of this world, F, D- list, C list, A list, B list, E list, a list out of this world?
I'll go, D-, or I'll go F list with a hook.
F list with a hook. Perfect for Tuuna-La. All right, guys. But we've gone through the show. We've gone through the F list, man, panel of the week and everything. And now it is time for us to review Batman. Long Halloween. After look at that. Sal says W list. W for
WTF.
Yeah, for Tuuna-La. I could see it. I could see. Good point, Sal. But now we say that it's time to review Batman: The Long Halloween. Story we all have. Dan picked this one a little while ago, and we made sure that we had time to read it. And so usually we don't go to stories. Yeah, we don't go to stories this long, but for this one we made an exception. It is day before Halloween, and it is a classic.
Sonny wasn't going to when he asked me like a month ago to pick something. I was thinking something else, and I was like, "Wait, have you guys done Long Halloween yet? We're doing this the day before Halloween. We should do that." And he goes, "Well, I don't know. That's pretty long." I'm like, "Sonny, I'm giving you a month to read it." He's like, "All right, let's do it." He's like, "Well, check with Tim if Tim wants to do it." I'm like, "Tim's gonna want to do it."
That was a very enthusiastic yes when you asked, Dan. I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
I gotta make sure, but all right. So Batman, The Long Halloween. Tim, will you start us off with the credits?
You better believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, The Long Halloween, the glorious 12-issue maxi series was written by Jeff. 13, that's right. Was written by Jeff Loeb with artwork by Tim Sale, colors by Comic Crafts Richard Starking, and letters by Gregory Wright.
All right, so I'm not going to take us through this whole story. As we know, this is a long, 13 issue story. Some of the issues were double sized, like the first and last. But this story does go by pretty fast because it is an addicting story. Like I said, there is a killer on the loose killing mobsters. Let's see. Bougie says, read Batman. Halloween isn't long enough. But for this story, there's a killer on the loose killing the mobsters and going by the name of Holiday because this killer is he's killing on the holidays and leaving little souvenirs, things on Halloween, on Thanksgiving, on Christmas. So Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Dent all team up. They make a pact that they will solve this case together. They will work together to find out who is Holiday. Is it the Calendar Man? But the Calendar Man's in prison. Is it the Joker, who is pretty mad about this Calendar Man and is pretty mad about Holiday? And even says, "Oh, well, I'll kill all of Gotham just to get Holiday." And then we got the mobsters fighting each other. With the Roman, Carmine Falcone, everybody, and like I said, but there's also romance. We see Batman and Catwoman getting involved. We'll see them every now and then. They'll come across each other as Batman and Catwoman, and then we'll see them meet up as Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle. And throughout the story, Batman goes through his rogue of classic villains. Like I said, we see the Joker. We see Solomon Grundy on Thanksgiving, which I thought was a very, very touching issue, especially
the Riddler.
Yeah, we see the Riddler. We see the Scarecrow. We see so many. And this is a classic story. Like I said, long story. You may look at this book and say, "Oh, that's quite a thick one, 13 issues," but it is so addicting. It goes next issue, next issue, next issue. It goes by really fast. And even again, to say, okay, now we're going to review it for the show, time to revisit it, I went through it really fast again. I was like, yeah, no wonder Dan was like, why do you need a whole month? This is a story
in one sitting.
Yep.
You really could, yeah. So this is an incredible read. Not just a great DC story or comic book, it's a great crime novel. You're trying to find out who is the Holiday killer, who is Holiday. And for me, I love the story. I think this is a true classic, something you got to read. Last week, Uncle Gary even said, "Hey guys, I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. This week, I, Sonny Kruger, on the Codex podcast with the Codex Station, gave a very predictable for Batman The Long Halloween. I give it a 10 out of 10.
There it is.
This is a classic and perfect for all the holidays, especially Halloween. But, like I said, we go through Halloween and Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Yeah.
There was only 1 month that there was no holiday that they could do, and the way that they made up the holiday for it perfectly fit with the story.
Oh yeah.
Dan, you mind if I give my opinion on this before you do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you do, Bougie even put in his score.
Oh, what's Bougie give? Of course, 10 out of 10.
So for me, Bougie and Uncle Gary are all going 10 out of 10 for Batman The Long Halloween. Tim, the man in the Batman shirt for today, what do you think of this story?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why 2 members of the Codex Station give it a 10 out of 10, and one of our illustrious chat members gives this a 10 out of 10. There's a reason why this is nearly on all Batman must-read lists and on comic must-read lists. It's that good. Sonny's absolutely correct. The story is addictive. It's a fast read. I have to agree, 10 out of 10. Great story from Sal too. Yeah, our very own Sal. This story is definitive modern day Batman Noir. The writing by Jeff Loeb is pure craftsmanship. It's fantastic from first page. Well, like the first page even catches you. It's a full page spread, right? And let me bring it up here.
There's a lot of those throughout it.
Yeah,
great spreads. Yeah,
I believe in Gotham City, and that is just absolutely fantastic. You've got the covers that are equally telling. I mean, Jeff Loeb's writing is bar none, hands down. This is some of the best Batman writing that you'll find. And Tim Sale's design structure here, both with city with his designs with people and his ability to play with shadow the way that he does in this book is fantastic. It makes for a truly unique visual and written experience in comic book form. Like I said before, Loeb and Sale have created the Batman crime noir drama. And that's exactly what this is. I mean, most of the time we get a lot of Batman doing superhero stuff, and this is Batman being the detective for 13 issues, and it's wonderful. But this here, and Sonny and Dan, I think you'll agree with me on this. This here would be perfect as a radio drama too, or radio serial. It could play that well and just let your mind do the visuals. Yeah, hands down, this is one of the best Batman stories ever told. This is one of the best comic book series that you'll ever read. If you haven't read this, highly recommend go get it, especially for this time of year. You've got plenty of time. I think it goes without saying, 10 out of 10, 100%. Well deserved, well earned. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Before I get to you, Dan, look at some of those spread pages.
That
one. And there's that one, Batman
Yep.
and Calendar Man.
God,
And
it's
of
so
course, that one towards the end when you see the rogue of villains.
Yeah, golly.
And it shows Penguin on there, but that's really all Penguin has to do in the story is that he doesn't really do anything else. But I think that they just put him in there because they wanted like all the top tier ones. And yeah, I mean, it's a this book is a masterpiece. There's no other way to really say it. It's, you know, it's as close to perfect as a comic can get. It's one of those ones that, you know, comic fans, I think, you'll always see these debates like, hey, what would be a book that you would give a non-comic fan to get them interested?
This one.
And this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is one of the ones you say you don't have to have a lot of prior knowledge, but, you know, everybody knows who Batman is. Everybody knows the Joker and Catwoman, and, you know, everybody knows the main characters, and the main characters that you don't know, there's enough told about them in this, you know, that you'll get it. Like you said, it doesn't delve into the fantastical stuff too much. There's a little bit with Poison Ivy, and Grundy, but and even really with Grundy, not so much the fantastical stuff. It's very much grounded. It's very much a gangster driven, very much a like you said, a crime noir book. You know, Loeb's writing is fantastic. What's up, Richard?
Hey, Richard, good to see you.
Enjoy that dinner. Yeah. Catch the rewatch. It's been a great episode thus far. We were on.
Well, I mean, like,
Richard says he's out to dinner with his wife right now. Like, did your wife like go to the bathroom and you're like, let me check in real quick?
But I mean, like, Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb went on this whole stretch of doing these types of stories, and
yeah, they did. They did so many books for Marvel, for DC, and you look at like Superman for All Seasons, and you look at this, and art style wise, yes, it's the same. You could tell it's Tim Sale that did it, but like you were saying, you know, the way he plays with shadows in this, especially the colors in it. Really make it like, because all the kills, you know, while the book's in color, like all the kill scenes are in black and white, like this, like I said, like an old crime noir type of thing, and then it'll be in black and white, and then and like
except for Tim's whole book is in black and white though.
Well, yeah, mine's the Batman Noir version. It made the reading experience very different.
See, because I love, that's what I was going to say, is one of the things that stood out to me in this was the use of color. That, you know, the kill scenes are in black and white, but then there'll be like the splash of color that'll be there that really makes it,
and that is 100% necessary to get the full experience of the book. But I've read it several times before, so reading it in noir form was a pleasant surprise because it made it feel like an old 40s movie serial. You know what I
And
mean?
one thing that's cool, which I don't recall ever seeing in a comic before, is the last page of each issue was like was like a big kind of page, and then it was all the last page of each issue was signed Loeb and Sale.
Yep.
1990, 1996 when it started, or 1997, which is when the majority of it came out. But you never see in the art, you never see the writer's name in it.
Yeah.
So I thought that
Right,
was a big testament. Or here's another one, with the good use of color with the black and white, and then after the killing, there's that splash, that little splash of color, like in the cornucopia here, that really makes it stand out. And I love the way they dealt with Solomon Grundy in this. How he's not an antagonist; he's just this tragic figure that lives in the sewer, and then later on in this, he's kind of pops up throughout it. There's
Grundy, born on a Monday.
Yeah, there's the scene, at Thanksgiving where Batman takes him a plate and just leaves it, and it's
I love that scene.
It's so simple, and so great. And there's the stuff that, with him and Dent, towards the end of it, where Grundy really is this like tragic figure that's just kind of there in the background to just add, to the kind of tapestry of Gotham and all of these colorful characters that are there. I'm not a big Tim Sale fan. I've honestly have never really been a huge fan of his work.
I love his work,
but the way
perfect with this.
Yeah, the way that he draws this, it's absolutely perfect. It fits with it so much. I mean, look at when this character is killed, look at the way that he draws the expression on this, like the look of absolute tragedy, of grief on his face as he holds the other character. Like it's
Big Lou Maroney dead.
It's just it's so good. It's like I said, it's a book that you can give to any non-comic fan. Be like, you want to know what a great story, for the people like, oh, comics are for kids. You give them this and tell them like, no, this is, again, this is just a masterpiece. And, there's a reason that it's had so many different printings, and, that coming out in 96 and 97, that, it's still something that's still talked about to this day. And they have a sequel to it that they just started. I think they're on issue, getting ready to have issue 2 come out.
Yeah.
And
so
it's
Dan, you're going with the 6 out of 10.
It's a shame that Tim Sale's not around to work on the sequel, though they did find art of his to use for the covers. But yeah, I mean, it's 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah,
all around.
It's just, like I said, it's about as close to perfect as as a story could get. While Sale, I said, is not one of my top artists, this is one of the ones where the art perfectly fits the story and perfectly fits the tone that's being set in it. And you get to see Batman doing detective stuff, and I love how you got to see the personal lives of, actually Batman's personal life kind of took a back seat in this. You really got to delve into the personal lives of Gordon and Harvey Dent, which, as you see what happens with them and their families throughout the year, it just, it makes, what happens to them as characters so much better. And then, when you find out who the Holiday Killer is, it's just like, the first time you read it, anybody who says they guessed who Holiday was the first time they read it is lying.
Yeah, I didn't get it right.
But then at the those last couple pages at the end, it's almost like an M. Night Shyamalan movie where you think what's going on and you think it's all there, and then at the end there's that twist and you're like, holy shit. So you think the story's all wrapped up, and then it's like 4 pages at the end when you're like, oh my God. And it just puts such a new spin on the story, just those last couple pages, and just makes it like the perfect ending for it. So yeah. 10 out of 10 all around, 10 out of 10 from Chat, 10 out of 10 from, from Gary, who's got his copy signed by Loeb and Sale.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And I would say that also, like I said, once you find out who Holiday is, I wonder, how is it going to be the second time around? Even the rereads are still amazing. It's still an incredible story, even after you've read it.
This is a story that
Always.
I don't read near as often as I should, but every time I'm looking for something to read, it's like, oh, I'll read
You know,
it again.
it's one of those things. It's like Usual Suspects. When you get to the end and you see, who Kaiser Sose is,
Yeah.
you're like, holy shit. When you go back and rewatch it later and you know who Kaiser Sose is, it doesn't make the movie any less enjoyable.
No.
You're just just like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, like when you watch Sixth Sense or Unbreakable or something, you're now watching it, knowing what the twist is at the end, watching it and you start seeing,
Other things. Yeah.
Yeah, still interesting. Yeah, then going over it again, still always fun. So like we said, Batman, The Long Halloween, 10 out of 10 from everybody. Check it out or check it out again. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
a true classic.
And maybe on next year's last podcast before Halloween, you'll be reviewing Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, which should be wrapping up right about then.
There you go.
Yeah, so we will see. So everybody, that is our show for today. That was our review of Batman: The Long Halloween. And next week we'll be having Uncle Gary back, and he has picked out for us to review Enemy Ace War Idol.
Oh, yes.
So all I know is I think it's a bit of horror. I don't know much about the story.
You're going to love it. It's good.
It's
All right.
a war story.
Yep.
Nice. And right around the
Very
time
grounded.
close to Veterans Day. So
Yep.
Yeah, so perfect. Should be perfect for it. So everybody, have a happy Halloween. Thank you for joining us again. And Bougie, I agree. This sale is good sale is good for Batman. Everyone may have a great Halloween, whether it's a long Halloween or a short one. Either way, have a good time, be safe, and feel free to catch us again next week on the Codex Podcast. And like I said, tomorrow, the Codex Station will not be on Comic Character of the Week, but it will be on the following Thursday. And Comics Unleashed will be back on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, Sonny Cougar, take care. Now I'll let Tim and Dan take you guys out of here. But first, they've got something to give you.
Oh, hey, yeah, Dan, we've got something. Gary usually gives it to everybody, but you have the illustrious honor of giving it to our fair fans.
Chlamydia?
Possibly.
We have got all the socials, and we want to give them to you. And unlike other things that we would give to you, there is no cream and no antibiotic that can cure this. Go to any of your social media, your preferred platforms, and type in the Codex Station, and you will find us. Or better yet, just go to thecodexstation.com, and there are links to all of the socials that are on there, and that'll take you right wherever you want. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. What are the other ones? TikTok, all the ones that are on there. I'm old. I'm not on TikTok, but we are.
I'm on there. We're all
There you
on
go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex in your favorite social media platforms and where we're live streaming right now, please make sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and or follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. And as Dan said, head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Those social links are included there. Once again, thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you so much for those of you that have stuck with us through the whole episode. We appreciate you. We do this for you every time we go live. Bougie, damn good to have you here, buddy. Always a pleasure, always a joy. We want you guys to have the best possible Halloween that you can have. Devil's Night if you do things, but be safe. Don't break the law. Don't do something silly that you'll regret later down the road. Or like my dog does, you can do that. Or just watch The Crow tonight, right? Do that too.
Mm-hmm.
You see Sonny walking down the street with that murder mask on, just run the other way.
There you go. All right,
just give me your candy and you'll be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man over here is Dan the Kelly Art, the road manager for the curator of the Library of Comics. See you, Sal. And down below is none other than the man that creeps your dreams, Sonny Kruger. This is the Codex Podcast right here on the Codex Station, and we will see you next time. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Do you
watch
have
your language? Watch that language.
You watch your language, Sonny.
Give me something good to eat.